So let's go ahead and stand up. Good morning. Good morning. Despite the rain, we're still light and energy inside. So we're going to open up our service with welcome. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that sees who you are. We are of one mind. We are of one heart. Welcome to a place that knows the truth. That God is everything. God is me. God is you. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that sees who you are. We are of one mind. We are of one heart. Welcome to a place that knows the truth. That God is everything. God is me. God is you. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Deep breath. Inhale and give someone a shake of a hand or a hug or a namaste. Say good morning to Well, we're ready to,
We are ready. First of all, I just want to say it's so wonderful to have each and every one of you here this morning at your new church on the mountain. We're so glad you're here. Let us affirm together our opening statement.
There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God the Good.
Move this out a little bit. This is our Christ candle. And that represents that sweet, divine essence within each and every one of us. Let us say together our vision and mission statements.
Centered in God, we inspire spiritual transformation, creating a world of love, peace, and prosperity. We are an inclusive spiritual community, inspiring, awakening, and serving in love.
My favorite blessing, the children's blessing. Oh my. The children of the world, the children in our lives, the inner child within each of us. Let us bless them all by saying,
We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We accept you just the way you are. Walk in beauty. You are divine.
Remember, you are divine. So let's go ahead and stand up and sing our next song, which is number 209 in the red book if you want to follow along there, 209. Otherwise the words will be up here and I'll guide you to the 209.
And now Daphne will read the daily word.
The daily word today is comfort. In the comfort of God's presence, I find true rest and peace. My greatest source of comfort comes in recognizing God's omnipotent presence. Right where I am, wherever I go, God, the source of all power, knowledge, and good, is with me. There is no place I can go where God is not. There is no experience I will ever face alone. It may be true that I am not always aware of His presence. Any feelings of separation dissipate when I turn within and affirm, in God I live and move and have my being. I repeat these words until truth washes over me. I am filled with a feeling of warmth. Any mental disconnect fades. In the comfort of God's presence, I find true rest and peace. For in Him we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said. For we too are His offspring. That's Acts 17:28.
Thank you, Daphne. Let us empty our laps, still our minds, and prepare ourselves to say our sacred Lord's Prayer. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Let's move even deeper into that place of awareness of our oneness. Breathe into that. This is the truth of my being. I am divine spirit. Allow that. I am divine spirit. As we open ourselves to that awareness, feel that flow of energy. Allow the healing to move in and through your consciousness. For all distress, all need, all pain is in our consciousness, in our ego, in that personality that we show the world. Breathe love through that part of our minds. In this now moment, the only moment that there ever is, this eternal moment, I am whole. For that is the truth of who I am. I am spirit. I am energy. I am starlight and I am stardust. All of me is divine. Let us remember this. Oh Spirit, in this time, in this place, we are here to remind ourselves to know this, to practice, so that when we are out and about, we know that we are that divine flow of energy.
with every breath, I'm breathing spirit. I am spirit. And with every breath I breathe out, I am breathing out that divine love. Allow that. Inspiration. The flow. The flow. And as we move into that deep center place, letting go of our conscious mind, and stepping in to the super conscious mind. The mind that is spirit, the mind that is truth of me. We are here now in the silence, in the silence. Breathe in inspiration. And at this time, as you breathe out, expiration, letting go of all that no longer serves you. Asking for that help, for that divine spirit in you to make easy the way, to allow that flow, to send that whatever energy is no longer serving me back in to the love and light that is the universe. Whether it's ideas, memories, feelings, a belief in any kind of lack or limitation. Let it go. In this new moment, let it go. And as we reach out to those that we love, know that we are one with them. And support that divine energy welling up through them, healing, whatever that means for that person, healing, wholeness. Reaching out into our larger community, which is larger and larger and larger, all the way around the globe, holding those who are in fear and in anger, holding that light in them, knowing the truth of their being. Let us know that. For we are all one with the one. Supporting the releasing of those barriers, the knowingness, the love and the light. And out into the universe, out into the stars. For we are one. And so it is. Amen. You know, it's interesting that, well, people make popular sayings that we are all stardust. Well, you know, that's not just a popular saying, that is true. There's constantly things coming from all over the universe, coming through our atmosphere and coming down into us. We are all connected, always, with all that divine energy out there. So, you know, the daily word has just been golden for me on Sunday mornings. Not the Sunday morning daily word, but others during the week. And so, this particular one from a week ago Saturday really spoke to me because it's about healing. And what I heard, I don't know, sometime this past week, is that health is the third largest industry in the United States. Health. Think about that. What does that mean? What is our responsibility? And what is our ability to be healthy, to be whole, to be all that is? So, this begins with life. I am renewed by the radiant life of God. Now, you're going to get lots of affirmations today. So down Sunday school, we were talking about denials and affirmations. We're going to do that a lot. So there, it begins with I am renewed by the radiant life of God. Can we say that together? I am renewed by the radiant life of God. Feel that energy as you speak words. One of the powers of verbalizing something, you can feel that energy resonating through you. Images of plants or roots pushing through concrete are visual reminders that life is energy. And as I read that sentence, I remember walking in Paris. It's been several years ago, in downtown, and it's all cement. And here's stone and cement building, and here's a sidewalk up there, and here's cement, and down to the road. I mean, there's almost no cracks, and yet there was little green shoots coming up through those cracks. And all of us, have had that experience in our own driveways, if no place else. I've seen that determination, that energy of life that is not going to admit to any barriers. The same desire in those little plants coming up through the cement fills me, that same energy to persevere fills me, no matter how the world changes around me. An unchanging perfection lies beyond that which I can see. Life is always triumphant. Life is always triumphant. I am open to the healing flow that is coursing through my mind and body. Allow that. I am open to that flow, the healing flow, energizing and renewing me here, now, in this moment. Anytime I'm open to that energizing flow, renewing me. This inner source is the truth of my being. This inner source of energy. My body is the temple of the living God. Where do all of these sayings about how evil and bad we are? My body is the temple of God. We see it many times throughout the scriptures. In this truth, I relax my body, calm my mind, and release my heart into the vibration of spirit within. Breathe into that vibration of spirit within. I just let go. I don't have to do anything except just let go. I am one with the ever-renewing, ever-unfolding expression of infinite life. Infinite means there's no beginning and there's no end. Infinite life. I am renewed, restored, and revitalized. At any time, I bring my thoughts to that place. And the scripture from Corinthians, we look not at what can be seen, but what cannot be seen. So, we're trained to do just the opposite. This says we look at that which cannot be seen. For what can be seen is temporary. All of this is temporary. But what cannot be seen is eternal, that divine energy. So reversing. We're looking at that energy which cannot be seen. So this whole idea of physical healing is hugely important. I've got magazines that I will tear out the drug ads in there, so I can go through the articles, so the pages fit together. And I'll have 10 or 15 pages. And sometimes I can only pull out one page because half of it's in on the back of something that I want to save in there. And I'm wondering, and I don't have TV, but the little bit that I see, and here's ads on TV, and there's ads all over the place. Do you think maybe some of us have medical student syndrome? You know what medical student syndrome is? I see a few people nodding. Medical student syndrome, oh, that's a tongue twister. Says that medical students, when they're exploring and really studying and getting into the weeds of disease, get it. They have symptoms, they have all of these kinds of things because that's where their mind is focusing at that moment. So I'm wondering how much all of this stuff that's out there, all of these ads and everything, is if we don't begin to experience those symptoms because they're right there, and if we're paying attention to them, and even if we're not paying a lot of attention, it's there, it's kind of in the air. So think about that just a little bit. One of the things, it's been a few years ago now when I first noticed it, how many, restless leg syndrome. When I first saw that, I thought, my stars, does anybody not have it? You sit too long, you're going to have restless leg syndrome. What do you do to cure it? You stand up, you move around, you do something to do that. But no, now there's a prescription medicine that you can do that. So if you're aware that you have this, now there's lots of other things that come under that category of things. Oh, here's something you need to take for this. And I'm paying more attention to this because for somebody who up until 2 years ago never had a refillable prescription, my doctor had his way. I would be on 5. Mm-hmm. Now, the first one I am taking, wanting to work to get off of that particular one. But then there was a second one that was supposed to protect from the effects of that one. And then he wants me to go on a cholesterol medication. Then I've been doing some reading up on that 1% of the people who take this medication have any positive effect from it. And then you read pages, 2 or 3 pages of the potential negative effects. And then the last time I was there, so he's asked me questions. You have trouble sleeping? I've been having some issues lately. You want something for that? Well, part of it is I have to get up and pee in the night. You want something for that? So what is happening? What is happening in our society that we keep going down that rabbit hole? So Unity has some prescriptions. Actually, it's one prescription with 2 sides. It's been very interesting. We spent a lot of time on Wednesday night talking about this prescription. We spent a lot of time downstairs in our class this morning talking about this prescription. But how many are familiar with denials and affirmations? Denials and affirmations. Now, as I'm talking and doing this, Unity also believes that doctors are part of God also. This is not to say that our practical medical process out there is not some of the things that we need sometimes. However, maybe we will need them less or not at all, depending, when we begin to bring our mind to that God mind that is in us. So a lot of people have some difficulties with denials and affirmations. One, because the word denial, like every word in the English language, has lots of meanings, and one of them is to deny. So if you have a diagnosis, and to say, that's not true, I don't have that, I'm not going to pay attention. So the diagnosis that I am taking the prescription medication for, I could say, no, I don't have that. And that is kind of like burying things under the rug. I'm not going to pay attention to that. could be looking at your checkbook and saying, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to pay any attention. You know, somehow or another, all the finances will work out. I'm just going to bury it under the rug, denying that there is something that needs to be done. That's not what unity denial is about. Unity denial is about, so here's the diagnosis that I've had. So the body is experiencing this diagnosis. But that's not the truth of my being. The truth of my being is I am a spirit. I am a soul. And my spirit cannot be sick. And however you want to use that, my Christ self, my higher self, that energy that is within me cannot be sick. So the denial is to say, this may be the experience. However, the truth of me is wholeness. The truth of me is wholeness. And why does that make a difference? When I begin to hold the truth of me as wholeness, what governs our body? It's all in your head. Seriously, it's all in our head. All of the things that run our body comes from what's going on up here. What's really interesting, so it's our mind. So our mind is with stress, upset, all of those kinds of things. And even, we want to say that accidents and things like that are not caused by stress. Well, back in the really early 60s, so I want to say 1959, 1960, my GP practitioner explained to me why my husband-to-be, at that point in time, he was my fiance, was always having accidents. He'd fall off his bike. He would do this. I mean, things that we go, oh, that's just an accident. Dr. Dalton would say, nope, it's all up here. It's attention getting. Attention getting. So, and whose attention? With different people and different things. So something as much as an accident can be up here. Now, I'm not saying there aren't things that happen. This is not to have a debate about that, but to realize how much what is going on up here affects all the different ways that we operate. So when we have a diagnosis, so many people here have experienced cancer. It's not to say I'm denying that the body is experiencing this. I am denying that that is the truth of me. I am experiencing this, but I am not this. That makes sense? So get that clear in your mind. So when we think about what's going on up here, and so all of that stress that is going on in our bodies, and one of the things that we're knowing more and more and more is that stress is the underlying cause of so many diseases. So, stress gets a bad rap because you can't move. My muscles are being stressed as I do this, as you stand up, sit down, do all of that. But if I go in a position like this and hold it for too long, what's going to happen to my muscles? They're going to freeze up. They're going to get stiff. And that's when our minds are totally focused on this stress. Oh, I'm so afraid. So our ego personality puts us into that place of fear. That's the reason why a denial that this is not the truth of my being is so important, because my ego personality gets fearful. And, it gets totally caught up in the fact of all the negative processes out here. So in that denial, we begin to say, okay, that's not the truth of me, and there's things to do. It gives me that space to be able to work with that. And when I go into that soul place, where does the soul come from? It comes from that place of love and support. So we're going to do a little demonstration here. You want to see the difference between what happens when you are in a place of the negative experience and a place of positive experience. So this could be uncomfortable, but what I'm going to do is lead you through a negative process, and then we'll stop that. And in fact, I'll literally say the words, stop, get your attention. And then we'll move into a positive, so we'll end in a positive. But this is an experiment, so I want you to be paying attention as we go through the negative. Pay attention to what's beginning to happen in your body. And then do the same thing when we move to the positive. So for a minute, close your eyes, and allow yourself to go to someplace dark, angry, unforgiveness. Somebody you're really angry at. Somebody that still needs forgiveness that you haven't gone near. Just think about that. And pay attention. What's happening? What does it feel like? As you think about this, think about how mad you are. Think about how unfair that was. Think about something that is just really, really, really stressing you. And pay attention to your body. What's happening in your body? Okay, stop. Stop. Take a couple of cleansing breaths. Go back into a quiet place and think about things that you just love. What are things that are just amazing? Think about that new puppy or kitten or new baby or the new flowers in your garden or being down on the beach and seeing a dolphin. Feel it. What does it feel like? What fluffy, warm pet that you have. Ooh, that fuzzy, warm head on that baby as you stroke it. Now pay attention to your body. What's happening? What's happening? Just think about the idea of, wow, I love this. I feel love whenever I'm around or in this situation. I know I am loved when I'm holding this child. Okay, come back. Was there a difference for you in what was happening in your body in those two scenarios? So that's what's happening when you stay in that place of fear and negativity. And we talked about that in something as simple as getting upset, or if not upset, but just, somebody zooms around you in traffic, and you have a negative thought, and your body, it tenses up, and adrenaline flows, and then what's the difference, and what energy are you sending out there? Also think we're all connected at this energetic level. So when I'm sending that energy out, what energy am I putting out there? Oh, peace begins with me. Oh yeah, that's really happening at this point in time. And then what happens if you shift that process? So one of the things I've heard several people say over time, and I do this myself, there's an accident that is you're going past, you're coming up to, and I immediately go into that place of blessing. God help. The difference between that and somebody that comes up to that and goes to a place of fear, because that's, you can see something like that, and oh, I could have been there. Feel that energy moving out. We don't know where that positive energy goes, but we know that it is doing positive things. So that's all around denials and why that process of denying that the physical body is the truth of who I am. But what about the affirmation process? I get just as much static around affirmations as I do around the idea of denials. And one of the challenges is because often our first introduction to affirmations is one of our favorite writers, whether it's Louise Hay or Edwin Gaines or Catherine Ponder, and they write out these wonderful affirmations. 3 paragraphs long, And for some people, they go, oh yes, and it speaks to them. And others, like me, I always have a real difficulty. For me, an affirmation has to be something that's quick and short and absolutely resonates for me. So you have to begin to think, what does that mean? What does the affirmative process mean for you? And you will know the difference between an affirmation that will work and one that won't. Because your inner being will tell you. If you're going, I'm never going to remember that. That's not for me. Or if your Bible goes, oh, yes. And it could be with one of the longer ones, but you'll pick a piece of that and think, yes, that speaks to me. So a couple of years ago, we had Jaden, a speaker, who talked about this idea of making an affirmation absolutely true for you. And I think it was, I'm getting close to 40 years into this stuff. And I really hadn't, now I did make them true for me, just because that was the only way it was going to work. But to have somebody make that statement, you have to make an affirmation that is absolutely true for you. So we're going to talk about that. How do you begin to do that? So Myrtle Fillmore, think about the affirmation that healed Myrtle and is totally responsible for us sitting here this morning. I am a child of God and I do not inherit illness. Now, in Myrtle's experience, she was a child of her parents and grandparents, all who have had consumption, and it was just a given. Okay, she was a female in their family and she would die young and she would die of consumption. So when she went to hear the speaker, and we don't know what the speaker said, we just know what she came out with. And what she came out with was something that resonated with her soul. I am a child of God. I do not inherit. See, the inherit came from all of her understanding that that's what she did. She didn't have a choice. She inherited illness. No. So that's what we want. We want that affirmation that speaks so truly to our soul. So what is the foundation statement? So you have to have a foundation statement. So her background and everything, so first of all, the idea that she was a child of God absolutely spoke to her. Now for some of us out here, maybe that terminology is not going to be a phrase that resonates. If you have difficulty, whatever your understanding is of God out here, you might want to think, okay, I need to reword this in a little bit different way. I really like the word spirit for me. Spirit has no boundaries. So I begin to look at phrases or whatever. My first affirmation is, I'm a radiating center of the Christ life. That spoke to me, and it goes on for another couple. But I'm a radiating center of the Christ life. That really spoke to me. What about, I'm a being of pure energy. I am a being of pure energy. And most of us know, and if you don't know, that energy is energy. There's no such thing as sick energy. Energy can be used in negative ways. Energy can be, all kinds of things. But energy is energy is energy. It's just like oxygen is oxygen is oxygen. It's got whatever, and we don't even know. See the thing about energy, and it so resonates with the idea of God, because we don't know what energy is. We know how to use it. We have no idea what it is. And we're just beginning to learn how to use it. So I'm a being of pure energy. Energy cannot be sick. Energy can't be broke. And in fact, most of the money flowing around our globe is nothing but pure energy. It's just electronic things going on around here. If you wanted somebody to actually give you those billions of dollars that's going out there and trillions of, it's not there. We have a big sunspot and it's gone. Okay. How about having a smaller sunspot and there it is in my bank account. So we begin to think about things in a different way, and how can I make an affirmation that says, yes, this is absolutely true for me. But here's another phrase that I like, and I forget about it. I go through a while and use this, and then, like so many things, how about I enjoy? I enjoy being healthy. Is there anything in you that says, no, I don't believe that. No, of course I enjoy being healthy. I enjoy having money in the bank. I enjoy having lots of friends. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy. So I love to come up with little phrases like that that go, yes, yes. I enjoy knowing that my doctors know what they're doing. I enjoy knowing that my body knows what it's doing. I enjoy the fact that my body has taken such good care of me all of these years. Because I also hear, of course it could never ever refer to me, to beat up on our bodies and to get angry at our body because that muscle hurts, or these wrinkles are there, or the hair is gray. What do you think our body, how do you think our body responds to that? You know, could we say, thank you, body, that even though the muscles are sore, you took me out there and I was able to do that. I am so grateful for my feet and that I can stand here and that I can walk. We begin saying thank you. We begin saying thank you to my eyes that I can see all of this out here. Again, being grateful for my ears and what they can hear. And you don't want to be in that place where people can be, oh, I didn't know, until I could not hear, until I began losing my sight, till I couldn't begin to move. Let's not go there. Let's not be there. Let's begin to look at our body in a positive way and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's go back to the daily word that I read and break some of that down. So almost the whole first half of that was an affirmation, but way too long to remember. So I opened my body to the healing flow. Nice, straightforward statement. My body is the temple of the living God. Nice statement. So you begin, when you find words and find phrases, break them down in ways that feel really, really good. A lot of the songs that we sing have nice, short, affirmative phrases. And if you really want to get something going, get a tune going in your head with those affirmative phrases. And, you know, a lot of times I'll just change a word or two so it fits whatever it is that's going on with me. So when I check up there, you know, whenever you check up there, what's going on up there in my head? Oh, is it a negative self-talk, which used to be all the time for me? Or is it this tune that's going up there? Or is it thank you, God? So we begin to see that affirmative process working and moving and shifting the energy in that process for us. So I want to close with some words from another daily word. This is from maybe just this past Thursday. I can't really remember. It was a Thursday. So take a deep breath. In prayer, I bless my body from head to toe. I speak words of life to every organ and system, and affirm the perfect function for each one, because that Christ light is in me doing that. I give thanks for the ability to experience my physical world. I'm thanking all of my body parts. Each experience is one of spiritual growth. Each experience is one of spiritual growth. And again, from 1 Corinthians. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you? Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you? And so it
That's going to help. Lay it down on us during meditation. No stress. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and stand up and sing song is There Is Love. We've done it before, but it's real easy and flowy. I'll guide you through. You ready? There is love in and through us and them and me and you, like the wind through the trees, like the salt within the sea. There is love full of power, and it's growing by the hour as we live here in God's amazing
will rule the day, because there's love full of power, and it's growing by the hour as we live here in God's amazing grace. We are loved through and through. It's in everything we do. We are joy, and we found when we spread it all around that we have peace in our soul. We are beautiful and whole as we live here in God's amazing grace. We have peace in our soul. We are beautiful and whole as we live here in God's amazing grace. Here in God's amazing grace.
Have a deep breath. Have a seat. And I'm going to go ahead and sing a song. We almost had a guest musician. Richard called and I missed his message saying he was going to bring his guitar. So he didn't show up, so I get to sing. Spectacular Jennifer Farron.